Andre, so a couple days ago, it was all the internet was talking about. It was trending, I think, worldwide, and every person in the gaming community had an opinion about it. Joe Rogan came on his podcast and referred to video games as dangerous, basically saying you spend all this time playing video games and investing your life and your effort and progress into these games, but it's meaningless outside of that actual video game. And so says it's pretty much pointless. Gaming isn't something you should spend time doing. He used jiu-jitsu as another example. If you get really good at jiu-jitsu, you become a master, and then when you become a master, you can even open up your own dojo. And I've heard people talk about the fact that Joe Rogan likes playing video games. He was a big Quake guy, and I think a lot of people were just surprised for him to talk about video games in this context. What are your thoughts? I mean, as someone who has dedicated his life to gaming, made a career out of gaming, do you agree with what he said? Is there anything that you'd like to say to Joe Rogan if you had him right in front of you about video games? I'm just curious where your head's
I think he's
at.
a good guy, man. I like his podcast and a lot of things that he says. I think with that, what he says could really apply to any form of entertainment. So I don't think it's really specific to gaming. I mean, you could watch movies, you could do other stuff that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to start your own movie company or something. Entertainment's entertainment, and people need entertainment, especially in times like these, right? You're all locked up at home, you need something to do. At the end of the day, it's fun. And of course, some people go off the deep end, but that's with anything, right? Too much of anything isn't good. And I mean, I will say in some games, there's some really addictive properties, and they're made like that nowadays. But it's all self-control, and it's what you do with it. I mean, my whole career is from gaming, right? There's people that make careers off reviewing movies or doing other fun things. It's not like the majority of people that do those things are going to go that path. But I think that he possibly underestimates the amount of people that do make a living from games, right? He probably just looks at the top people in the industry and goes like, this person's making millions, this person's making tens of millions. That's kind of where you have to be to make money. But there's so many people that make like a normal living from Twitch, from streaming, from YouTube that you don't really see because it's just a normal living, right? You kind of just pay attention to those making the extravagant ones, buying cars, all that jazz. And I feel like the industry is a lot bigger than he may know. So there is job potential to it, just like there is job potential if you do jiu-jitsu and want to open up your own dojo.
Yeah, if you have like 2,500 subs on Twitch, you're just based off that, you're what? Try to just do the quick math. You're probably at like close to a $50,000 a year, type of income. That's not counting anything else that could come from that. But yeah, it's I didn't get to watch the whole segment, so I didn't give any thoughts online about it. But from what I've kind of gathered from everyone, it was the idea of like there are people that waste their life doing it. And I think it's very fair to say if you are someone, especially a younger person, that is letting themselves fall behind in the other aspects of life of, you're letting your school fall behind. You're not applying yourself at work. You aren't, trying to hold some sort of healthy social life. You are being detrimental to your own health because of playing video games. Absolutely. There is an absolute addiction with that. But as you mentioned, that can be put across to any sort of entertainment. But if you're someone that is applying themselves to stuff outside of games, you go to school, you finish your homework, and now you have free time, and you're but why not? If that's what you want to wind up doing, that's just like any other hobby. So I agree. Anything is bad when you let it take over your life and let the addiction take over, and you fall behind in other areas. But if you're handling your other stuff, what's stopping you from gaming and making that your hobby? And some of my best friendships and relationships come through gaming. So I completely support it, and have loved every like nearly every minute I've spent playing games with friends. I wouldn't trade it for anything.